Hello, I'm a UN representative, and today I will be discussing two nations with you, Niger and Iceland, and how these two countries compare to each other. To start us off, I would like to talk about the two countries' major historical events. Iceland was first settled in the 9th century by Norsemen. Then in the 12th century, it was taken over by the Norwegians, and then after them, the Danish. In 1918, Iceland gained its independence. Niger, on the other hand, was initially settled by early humans around 60,000 years ago. In the 18th century, it was colonized by the French, and in 1960, Niger gained full independence. Moving on to geography, Iceland is surrounded on the coast by fjords. It has a volcanic landscape due to the fact that it sits right on two tectonic plates. This is what causes the geothermal hot springs and geysers in the country. Niger is a landlocked country. It has one of the longest rivers in the world, the Niger River. It is mostly desert to the north, and the most fertile areas where most people live are in the south. These two countries' geography causes many site and situation factors. In Iceland, site factors include the volcanoes, which can be used for geothermal energy, and the water, which is mainly used for hydropower. Situation factors in Iceland are that it has rich fishing waters and is the midpoint of most travel between North America and Europe. Niger's main site factor is that it sits on the Niger River, providing it with most of its drinking water and irrigating water. Niger's main situational factor is that it is in the Sahel region, a main spot for migration and trade in Africa for many countries. Now let's move on to population. Iceland has a population of around 400,000 people. It has a relatively low fertility rate, but a high life expectancy at 83 years. Its infant mortality rate is also very low. Niger, on the other hand, has a much bigger population of almost 28 million people. Its fertility rate is very high, but life expectancy is 20 years less than Iceland, at 63 years. The infant mortality rate is also extremely high. Continuing on population, Iceland has a relatively low arithmetic, physiological, and agricultural density. The median age in the country is about 36 years, and the population pyramid is currently around stage 4, with mostly 40-plus-year-olds, adults, and a declining baby population. Niger is the complete opposite. Its arithmetic, physiological, and agricultural densities are relatively similar, but the median age is only 15, and the population pyramid instead is in stage 1 or early stage 2, with lots of babies and few people who live into old age. Next, let's talk about the people. In Iceland, the major languages include Icelandic, the country's official language, Polish, English, and Danish, and other Nordic languages. The major religions include the Evangelical Lutheran Church, Christianity, and other Nordic pagan religions. As for ethnicity, most of the population is homogeneous, identifying as Icelandic. Niger's population speaks many languages. The majority speak Hausa, but there are also significant portions of people who speak Djarma and other local languages. The official language is French, referencing back to the previous colony there. The major religion is Islam, with over 90% of the population following either Sunni or Shia Islam. After Islam is Catholicism, and there is also animism and other local religions in Niger. Lastly, there are several ethnicities in Niger. The major one is Hausa, with about 50% of the population, followed by Songhai, Tuareg, Fulani, and Kanuri, among others. The political state of these two countries is also very important to discuss. Iceland and Niger are both considered compact states. Iceland encompasses its whole island with the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans bordering it. It is a unitary state, resting full authority in the national government, and Iceland's government identifies as a parliamentary republic system. Niger is bordered by 7 countries, and also is a unitary state. Its government identifies as a semi-presidential representative democratic republic. But things with Niger's government have been unstable recently. Now we will move on to economy. Iceland has a GDP of about 31 billion US dollars. Its agriculture is mainly commercial, and it only takes up 1% of the land area, with most crops being grown in greenhouses with geothermal energy. The major resources in Iceland are fish, its geothermal energy, and small resources of gold. Lastly, the main industries of Iceland are tourism, fishing, manufacturing, hydropower, and geothermal energy. Niger's economy is very different. It has a GDP of about 17 billion US dollars. Agriculture is subsistence farming mainly, and takes up about 15% of the land, mostly in the south. Its main resources are from mining, like uranium, gold, silver, and limestone, among others. Its two main industries are mining and agriculture. Moving on, Iceland and Niger's cities have very different structures and services. Iceland's main cities include Reykjavik, its capital, Kópavogur, and Hafnarfjordur. This majority of its cities follow the multiple nuclei model, and the main form of transport in Iceland is cars. But buses are also widely available in its cities. Surprisingly, no trains exist to the public. Lastly, ferries are used to pass from the mainland to the surrounding small islands. Niger, on the other hand, has a very different city system. Some of its main cities include Niamey, its capital, Zinder, and Maradi. The majority of these cities follow the African model, pointing back again to the past colonization by the French. In Niger cities, the main form of transport is also cars and buses, with little amounts of planes, trains, and boats. As a summary to this meeting, let's go over the key similarities and differences between Iceland and Niger. They were both once colonies, now independent, and both still show signs of culture from their past colonizers. Both are majority barren, but find ways to make the resources they have work for them. Both sit on major trade routes and therefore get a lot of money from it. And lastly, both show signs of local languages and religions still prospering. On the other hand, the main difference is that Iceland is much better developed than Niger. This is what accounts for its differences in healthcare, infrastructure, and its economy. Another difference is Iceland has a very stable government, while Niger still struggles to stop rebellions against the government today. For a final question, I would like to ask, why did they turn out this way? Well, it's very obvious. It was colonization. Both of these countries were colonies. But while the Danish allowed Iceland to be somewhat autonomous and take care of itself, Niger was brutally exploited by the French, who took all of its resources. This is what mainly led to their different developments. Niger is slowly recovering, but they're just starting to get back on their feet. Members of the UN, I would like to thank you for listening to my presentation. Thank you, tack fyrir, and nagod. This meeting is now adjourned.